I told myself I was going to upgrade my camera just to help out with the quality around the channel. But really, it's because I wanted that Ghostbusters corner in 4K. Please leave a like for the Ghostbusters corner in 4K. It is about time we get some more updates on the Ghostbusters reboot slash sequel, Ghostbusters 3, also titled as of right now, Ghostbusters 2020. If you're new at all to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button because we talk anything and everything movie related. That includes a playlist on everything going on with the Ghostbusters movie coming out next summer. We got some big updates here of stuff going on in the film. We've gotten bigger descriptions on what Paul Rudd's character is and his involvement in this film. Some more photos on the movie that hint to some familiar characters possibly making an appearance in this film, and so much more, guys. So let's just get straight into it. Some fun stuff first. Yes, we have set photos here of things that they're hinting in this movie, mostly coming from Jason Reitman's Instagram. Now, this is the director of the new Ghostbusters movie. He's been subtly posting hints here and there of what to expect. We have one here with the working title, Rust City. Just looks fine and simple, but if you look in the background, there's a person with a proton pack on their back. Who doesn't love a good proton pack showing up in the Ghostbusters movie? It even gets me more excited because you can tell Jason Reitman is going to be the type of director to throw in so many Easter eggs, especially in the last update since we talked about Stay Puft having some sort of appearance in the movie, at least in advertising form, possibly hinting that we'll get another appearance of Stay Puft Marshmallow taking over this small city. But aside from Stay Puft being in the movie, Jason Reitman here is hinting at another familiar ghost joining this new movie. He took a picture of the bottom of a stop sign in this new city where ghosts will be running wild for this movie, tagging it with the phrase original recipe, and that's obviously slime dripping off this stop sign. This alone probably didn't give us enough hints like, oh, okay, well, Ghostbusters, of course, you're gonna want some slime in there. I mean, that's kind of traditional with these films, and at least it's not some CGI goob like they did in a movie that shall not be named. But thanks to a fan who was on the set, there was a reason Jason Reitman did not show us the full stop sign, because some ghost took a bite out of that sign. I don't know about you guys, but speaking from one chubber to another, there's only one chubber ghost I know that would take a bite out of a stop sign.
Oh, what a disgusting blob.
Slimer could possibly be showing up in this Ghostbusters movie. I don't see what other ghost would randomly leave a trail of slime behind while also taking a bite of something. That is just sounding so synonymous with the character of Slimer, and it's not a Ghostbusters movie unless you have him in there. And pair that up with the plot of this mainly being surrounded with a group of teenage Ghostbusters, there's probably a good reason that this Slimer fella could kind of become the mascot or pet for them in the way a dog would for the team. Of course, that could just be a random nobody ghost, but it would be a really missed opportunity if that was not Slimer. Another photo here that we got way back, I didn't pay too much attention to it. I think I did show it on the channel on a previous update, but when researching this update for you, I ran across the picture again, and looking further at it, I thought this was just some camera work that they attached a rig so that they can better film a scene with the Ghostbusters car driving away. But when zooming in further, there is no camera attached there, and the thing behind them, which what I thought was a bunch of shooting gear, is actually just a proton pack. And reports from the set of people who witnessed this scene at the actual location have said that that is Mckenna Grace in that chair. So that means there's secret compartments to this Ghostbusters Ecto-1 that we did not know about previously, that a chair pops out so that someone with a proton pack can be shooting at ghosts while someone is driving. How come we did not get that in the previous Ghostbuster movies? That is so cool if that is the actual case. I really thought it was just a rig so they can shoot some driving scenes and that's a camera attached, but that's not. And so there's secret compartments of this Ecto-1 that we never saw previously used, and you gotta think, yeah, the car's full potential with all the gadgets involved, we never got to see too much of what it can do. So I think it's gonna be really cool that this new Ghostbusters movie is gonna give us a few tidbits of what it's actually capable of. Moving on from there to some confirmed casting news. Now, we knew Sigourney Weaver let it slip. We talked about this in a previous update that she said her and all the boys are coming back to shoot the Ghostbusters movie. And we were all cheering, clapping, yay, OG Ghostbusters coming back. But even after that interview, Ernie Hudson went on Sci-Fi Channel and said, look, I'd love to be part of it, but I haven't gotten the call. Put a lot of us Ghostbusters scared because it's like, oh man, they're not going to bring back Ernie? Ernie? But thanks to the Glorious Sight cameo, which I can't believe we're using this as a source, Ernie Hudson was wishing a fan happy birthday and he let it slip that, yeah, he's shooting Ghostbusters right now, having a lot of fun. So it's finally confirmation that he is involved. And you have to stop right here and think, we got the boys back. We got possibly Stay Puft Marshmallow. We got hints of Slimer coming back. The original Ecto-1 with some new compartments. There's only one thing missing to make this the perfect Ghostbusters sequel. Rick frickin' Moranis, you pick up that phone and you better show up in this Ghostbusters movie. If you're not leaving a like for the 4K corner, you leave a like to bring Rick Moranis back to this series. Other than that though, he has said on a previous interview in the panel that what he has heard is that past the Ghostbusters life, because obviously it seems like the band has broken up since Ghostbusters 2 and they all went their separate ways, that he knows Winston turned out being successful. So whatever venture he went on after the Ghostbusters, Winston is a pretty wealthy, happy man. Jumping to that speculation of why would all the Ghostbusters go from New York to this small town, coincidentally around the same time a bunch of ghosts are being set loose on this town, fans are leading it to believe that Egon, who we all assume is gonna be the grandfather or father of this mysterious family that we're following, that has Mckenna, Grace, Finn, Wolfhard, that they round up together because the movie will open up with Egon's funeral, that he has passed away and it would be the perfect excuse for all the Ghostbusters after all these years to come together to pay respects to one of their members. That's just pure speculation, but that would make so much sense because you have to imagine after the way Ghostbusters ended and if the band broke up, what reason would they all have to come together? Unless maybe news gets out that the town is haunted and they all think, well, we made a promise to stop ghosts. Gotta stop them now. But jumping on from that to the final piece of news we have here, Paul Rudd's character, while we were very happy he was involved, unfortunately they didn't come out and say he's a Ghostbuster. The description we got for his character is that he was going to be playing a teacher and that obviously he would be teaching these new kids who would become the Ghostbusters. Finn Wolfhard, Mckenna Grace, Logan, Kim, and Celeste O'Connor. Well, Ivan Reitman, who was the original director for the first Ghostbusters movie and is also the dad of the man who's directing the current Ghostbusters movie, let it slip some more details about Paul Rudd, that he's no ordinary teacher. Paul Rudd in this movie is going to be a seismologist. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but basically that is a person who studies earthquakes and phenomenons underground. Apparently he shows up in the town to research some mysterious earthquakes that have been happening, and as a cover he becomes a substitute teacher for the summer where he will be teaching the kids of this new Ghostbusters team. So that right there opens the door to so many possibilities because now Paul Rudd is not just some ordinary teacher. The man is on some sort of secret mission trying to understand all these earthquakes that, come on, you and me know these are ghost related. I think this will all have to do with the machine that's carrying all the ghosts that the ghosts have captured over the recent years that is being stored away in the barn that we got to see in the first trailer when this movie was announced, where the Ecto-1 was and something was malfunctioning. Finn Wolfhard and Mckenna Grace, who are going to be the leads of this movie, they're most likely going to come across this machine in the barn and probably accidentally set loose a bunch of ghosts that are no longer being able to contain in this really rusty old machine from the 80s. Could Paul Rudd actually be a secret Ghostbuster for another organization? Now follow me here because this is something I thought of since I was a kid. You have the Ghostbusters, they created this whole organization of janitors who take care of the ghosts, or an exterminator company that takes care of ghosts. With them being the first business to do it and proving that ghosts are out there and they need to be exterminated from time to time, wouldn't it just be logical in today's modern time that someone would think, well, if they can do it, I can do it. Just like if you open up a hamburger restaurant, someone goes, hey, they're making money over there. Let me open up my own hamburger restaurant. So possibly the Ghostbusters went out of business because there was another Ghostbusters corporation that came up and did it better than them, putting them out of business, and then possibly them working in the background, in the shadows, sort of like a government agency. That is going into some crazy heavy speculation, I know, but I think it would be a cool twist if Paul Rudd is somehow involved in this advanced government Ghostbusters team. Kind of like some Area 51 type dudes. Because if he's just a guy who studies earthquakes, I don't think that's as cool as being a Ghostbuster. But anyways, guys, that's just some of the updates we've had so far. What do you think of all this information? You gotta be pumped. We're getting closer and closer. I think it's less than 300 days away That's not that far. You guys leave me your theories and speculation down below. Anything and everything, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.